Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am reviewing a film called Karen the Beauty Queen Butcher, and this is an independent film directed by Zachary Snygg, and it runs for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So let's watch the trailer.
Guys, please stop.
You chomo? What is that, a K-pop band? You will never win Miss America.
Karen, your husband killed the contestants.
Not all of them.
I'm really sorry.
Hey, I took care of it.
So guys, thanks for coming to see me.
Did it. I did it.
I know y'all girls are talking crap about me, but I have one question for each one of you. Who's coming in second place?
So that was the trailer. Okay, now the storyline goes that Karen, an unhappily married woman, joins several beauty contests in the hope of becoming famous and adored by complete strangers. As she continues to lose beauty contests, we see that her competition is being killed off one by one. And as we follow Karen's journey through the film, we discover who is the killer and what are the true motivations behind the murders. So this film, basically a serial killer is on the loose and he's targeting beauty queen contestants. We follow Karen, who is trying to become Miss America. In fact, she just wants to become famous and she'll do anything to win, even if it means murdering innocent people in the process. So her husband, Ted, is not very happy because his wife is too involved in becoming the next best thing, that she's neglecting him and her marital responsibilities, and it's driving him insane to the point that he decides to take drastic action to eradicate the problem. So there are also a couple of detectives who are investigating the slaughters that have been occurring in the Bronx. One is a rogue cop who has no morals and who uses a telephone book to whilst interrogating the suspect, nod to the 80s police films about police brutality. So there are some good comedic scenes that did make me laugh, but most importantly, the gore is out of this world. And I mean literally. Introducing the first AI-generated horror film I've seen thus far. And I pray to the powers that be that I never have to endure another one again as long as I live. Let's end this nonsense now before it has a chance to breed and spawn. To be frank, I was not even going to review this film after viewing it because, well, I was shocked. But I think it's important that I make my point clear about how I feel about the prospect of AI creeping into independent film realm. So this is not an animated film. Let's make this clear. So you can't get away with using AI imagery and moving scenes. As a film critic, I get many different perspectives from different directors when it comes to the horror genre, where I tend to lean towards independent films more so than Hollywood films because of their lack of imagination, originality, all the things that basically indie filmmakers have in droves. So I think this is a pivotal moment when I get to say what I really think, and perhaps what I have to say will stop filmmakers in their tracks if they're ever thinking about going down the IA route for their films. I plead, do not do it. It shows how clever AI is, but in doing so, it takes away everything that can make a film a success. If the real life characters are not enough to carry the film, they should never be replaced with AI people. So don't be lazy, get more actors. The gore scenes looked faker than CGI and not at all in sync or consistent from one scene to the next, and the transitions were off between scenes. The blood was disproportionate to the actual murders due to the AI engineering. As you know, when okay, an example of that in this film is somebody getting stabbed in the neck, and his whole entire body deflates. Now, that's not authentic. It's not real. It doesn't look real. It's the same. I liken the AI engineering tool. It's the same as using CGI blood as opposed to practical effects. It just doesn't look authentic. The dialogue was lacking in consistency, and there were quite a lot of redundant sentences, structure, and repetitive sentences that, in contrast to other indie films that I've had the pleasure to critique, I could clearly see that all the energy was focused on the AI-generated footage and images and effect. This took away character development, authenticity, balance, and containment, and there was no real movement to keep the viewer invested in any of the characters or the film. The cinematography was confusing because I didn't know what was real filming and what was merely engineered, and then it got mixed up, and then it was just, anyway. Sure, AI helps with truly ghastly scenes of gore, but we the viewer can tell whether the scene is real, AI, CGI, or green screen. So when I think about it, the CGI films that come to mind would be Avatar. I would use Avatar because that film was 100% CGI, 100%. Beowulf, I think that was another. I think that was another CGI film as well. So. But those two films, like Beowulf is a cult classic. Avatar has a thick storyline, a rock solid storyline, a thick plot at least. Yes, this film does have a plot and a storyline, but then the AI just gets in the way because it overwhelms the film and thus overwhelming the viewer as a consequence. And I found myself searching for the real stuff, and there weren't many. So I implore all of you independent filmmakers to keep AI generated films from becoming a part of the norm. It might be tempting to use it, but you will be doing yourself and the indie film industry an injustice, and we are already on tender hooks as it is. Perhaps in the future there might be a time when this is acceptable, just like CGI and green screens have become the norm, and not always in a good way. But when they are mixed with practical effects, it actually can enhance a film. But we're not ready to let this become a reality, as there is enough rubbish coming from mainstream horror and Hollywood as it is. And basically, in my humble opinion, this film showed me that I have a moral responsibility to stop this from creeping into the film industry, especially in the indie films. Because once you do it, you can't take it back. And please know that if anyone sends me AI-generated rubbish, that I won't be giving you a good review unless it is exceptional, which I doubt, because to me, films are important and they carry a message, a warning, or an important life lesson. And this film had none of that. Even the real-life actors didn't seem to be committed to their roles in the film, and it shows in their lackluster performances. But I do think there's still hope out there if actors say no to being part of an AI created feature film. It's just got to stop. It's just this film just showed me that, we might be at a pivotal time now where people are going to have to up their game. they're going to start possibly bringing AI in to replace real actors, fake scenery, fake settings, all that sort of stuff. Only having 2 real actors and everybody else is AI generated. Don't do it. It's not going to work until I can see proof that it is working. AI is a tool and it should be used for things like creating ads for your promotions. Just stuff like that. Just don't even do it in your now. The trailer did not do this film justice at all. It didn't show. You couldn't really see in the trailer that it was AI generated. It's not until you actually watch the film, which is like nearly 2 hours long, that you actually get to see what they've done. Yeah, so basically, I don't know if this film's even going to make it for public viewing. It appears that it's still got some stuff to work out, or perhaps they're waiting for feedback for people like me who are just going to say no to AI generated films, just like we're going to say no to AI generated music. Yes, sometimes it's hard for people who don't know what AI looks like to tell the difference, but people who do analyze films will know the difference, and we're the people that are sharing reviews about your films. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, so that's been my review of Karen the Beauty Queen Butcher. And yeah, let's stop this AI nonsense before it has a chance to spawn and breed. Anyway, until next time, stay safe out there. Take care and bye for now.